Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video, we're going to break down exactly how to get onto Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. And this actually, surprisingly, was by far one of the most popular questions that I saw online, specifically around Universal Orlando. I think one of the main reasons is, of course, there's the Universal Express Pass, there used to be the Universal Virtual Queue, there's single rider lines, there's a VIP tour, right? So everyone's trying to figure out, really what is the best way to get onto this ride with as little wait as possible, and that's why we're going to break it down in this video. So if you are in the process of planning a Universal Orlando vacation and you're trying to get onto Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, just be sure to stick around until the end of this video. As always, I'm very excited, so let's go get started. All right, so before we jump into the parks, a couple of basic things. So Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is located at Islands of Adventure Park. If you're not sure which park you need to be at, just listen for the music behind me. You'll know you're at Islands of Adventure. The minimum height requirement for this ride is 48 inches tall, so we want to make, just be sure, set expectations, especially if you're visiting Universal with younger kids. And then this ride can go up to 50 miles per hour. It is by far one of the best rides in all of Orlando, not just Universal Orlando, so you'll definitely be too sure to check it out. Let's go talk about the best way to get onto this ride. Okay, so yes, that is not Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure behind me, but as you guys know, Hogsmeade Village is always a circus. So I'm trying to just get into a quiet place to just talk about how you can get on this ride the best. So at this point in time, here's exactly how you get onto Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. Number one would be to just wait on the regular standby line, whatever time of day that might be. Now, is that going to be the quickest way to get onto Hagrid's? My honest opinion is no. However, it is free, what comes with your ticket, probably what most folks are going to do. Number two would be you can ride Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure during early park admission, specifically when Universal has early park admission at Islands of Adventure. But to be honest with you, it's pretty much always at Islands of Adventure as of 2024 anyway. Of course, there are certain times a year where they might have both parks open, but my honest opinion is, we'll talk about this in a bit, early park admission is the quickest way to get on it if you use it the right way. Number three would be the single rider line. Number four would be the Universal Orlando VIP tour. Another popular question we get, and that's I guess why a lot of folks might be searching this, is does Hagrid's have, or is it included with the Universal Express Pass, right? And at this point in time, as of 2024, Hagrid's is not included with the Universal Express Pass, right? So when you're trying to figure out how to skip the lines, you really have to get creative, right? So another very, very popular question we get is, when will Hagrid's have the Universal Express Pass? Unfortunately, even the Park Prodigy, even here at the Park Prodigy, I don't know. I really don't know if they'll ever include it with the Express Pass, right? So that's another thing to, important thing to keep in mind to consider. But I also say this, if you do have the Universal Express Pass, or if you're booking a vacation package, let's say over at one of the Universal Premier Resorts, one of the best ways to take advantage of the Express Pass is to use early park admission to go onto Hagrid's Magical Creatures, and use the Express Pass later in the day to go on all the other rides. All right, so kind of just sticking with that premise for a second, another very popular question that we get is there a virtual queue? Because for a certain amount of time, especially right after COVID, Universal was running virtual queues for a bunch of the popular rides. Specifically, the most popular one was Hagrid's, but we haven't seen that in years at this point. As of 2024, there is no virtual queue, for Hagrid's, and I really don't see that coming back anytime soon. All right, so now another very important question, and really the reason why a lot of folks are here, it really would be, so you know now how to get onto Hagrid's, but what is the best way to get onto Hagrid's with as little wait as possible? And like I said, my honest opinion is to use early park admission. Now, I've read a lot online, or I get comments a lot that it's better to come back at night. What I would say to that is the way that I will use early park admission when I come to the parks and I'm enjoying myself is I'll get here, if early park admission starts at 8 o'clock, I'll get here an hour before early park admission starts, so I'll get here at 7 o'clock, and I'll essentially just wait until the park opens up. Now, yes, I've heard you're still waiting, but my thing has always been, well, I'm not paying for that time. So I don't mind waiting the extra hour in the morning. The park's not open, I'm not missing going out on, going on other rides. What you'll be able to do is, if you have early park admission and you get here at 7, then you wait till 8, you'll pretty much be some of the first guests in the park, and then you'll pretty much walk onto Hagrid's and you'll get on and off that ride very, very quickly. So that's why I typically will recommend that as the best way to get onto Hagrid's. All right, so now taking it one step further, on the flip side, what is the best time to ride Hagrid's if you don't care about wait times, if you're really just looking for the best experience possible? My honest opinion is you gotta ride Hagrid's at night. So you could see where, it gets a little complicated, because I'm saying the best time to ride it for the best, lowest wait times is gonna be during early park admission. On the flip side though, one of my favorite times to ride it is at night. Now what I would say to this is if you don't have early park admission, what a lot of families will do is they'll pretty much wait like right before the park closes. So if the park closes at 9 o'clock, they'll go and they'll hop on that, that ride or the line at 8:55. Now, one of the reasons why I don't personally recommend this is I've said this many times before. What do you do if you're only here for one day and this is like the ride you have your heart set on and you go to get on that line at night and then the ride's down, right? I just don't feel comfortable recommending that. That's why I typically always recommend to try during early park admission. Can the ride be down during early admission? Yeah, of course, but then you also have the entire day to plan around that as opposed to coming here at night and then you can't get on the ride. So going back, if you can do it, go hop on Hagrid's for early park admission. Then for the best experience possible, go and ride it again at night. I don't think you'll be disappointed. All right, so another really, really important thing to talk about, one of the best ways to get onto Hagrid's with the lowest wait times possible. This is really the best way to get on with the lowest wait time possible. Early admission, again, it's not guaranteed, it's just my opinion, my tips, typically will get you on very, very quickly. But this is an upgraded option, and this, of course, is the Universal Orlando VIP experience. Now, they will literally walk you to the front of this line. There's two different ways that this works. There's the non-private VIP experience where you can pretty much, you'll get on this ride once, but then there's the private VIP experience where if you wanted to go on Hagrid's, let's say, for the entire 8 hours, you can do that. Now, of course, this is, like I said, an additional cost, but this is really unique, specifically the non-private, or I'm sorry, the private is really unique because they'll allow you to just keep going on the same ride over and over. Over in Disney, it's a little different, where the most popular rides, let's say, Tron, you can really only go on once, or they might have changed it to twice. But here, it's a completely different experience. But yes, if you're trying to get on this ride with the quickest, the lowest wait time possible, the VIP tour will do that. All right, so another important tip and trick when trying to get onto Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is, yes, of course, they do have the single rider line. Now, this is another one. I talk about the single rider line. I wouldn't bank on it though, because one of the things that's very unpredictable is A, sometimes Universal will have the single rider line open, sometimes they won't. But then B, I've read mixed reviews, and I personally have been on this ride or gotten the single rider line, and it saved me time to get onto Hagrid's. But I've read online that some folks are like, no, it actually took me longer on the single rider line, right? So it's kind of hit or miss. But I also would say this is a really good thing to keep in mind. If you're a family and let's say you have kids of different ages, where one kid might be old enough to and tall enough to start going onto the coasters, but the younger ones cannot. It's just like it sounds. This is a good way for one person in your family to go hop on the ride, or maybe it's just you as the adult. You want to go hop on this ride. You can use a single rider line, and then of course everyone else can kind of go on different rides or just kind of hang out. But it's not guaranteed, but it is a way to get onto it. All right, but that is it, everyone. That's essentially how you get onto Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, how you get on the quickest, when to get on for the best experience. It's pretty much everything you need to know to have the most amazing time possible here in Universal Orlando. And if you are in the process of planning a Universal Orlando trip and you do need some additional help, just be sure to go check out our website, theparkprodigy.com. We have everything you need to plan an amazing vacation. And as a thank you for sticking around all the way till the end, I do have a special promo code that you can go use on some discounted theme park tickets or a Universal Orlando vacation package. And that promo code is going to be YouTube25. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all again so much. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.